Does the sound in your T5 disappoint you because you still have the original VW speakers inside? Then throw them out. Install great option front speakers. These are ingenious speakers, connected directly to the car stereo via plug and play and ensure a lot of fun while listening music in the car. In this video we show you how to install. The speakers we are installing together in this video are the option T5 and T6. They fit perfectly prepared in the Volkswagen T5. We have also made a video already about the Volkswagen T6. There we install all specifically in the T6. But now we are just talking about the Volkswagen T5 and today we will show you every detail of installation. This is a 20 cm subwoofer. That means we have a really large membrane surface which provides a lot of bass. They are very efficient and can be operated directly on the car stereo without installing an amplifier. With 100 watts RMS per channel, an amplifier can also be added, but it isn't absolutely necessary. It's a lot of fun even without an amplifier. There are also 28mm fabric tweeters with the appropriate preparation for the tweeter bracket in the Volkswagen T5. Also with the right plug. Everything here is plug and play. The woofers too. You will see it in a moment while installation. That sounds really silky. Here, the 28mm fabric tweeter that makes a very warm and high frequency range. That the assembly and the sound will be really good, we put together a supplementary package for the Volkswagen T5. We use all these things here in the video. This is a Torx screwdriver kit. Here the remover tool to be able to remove the door panels and the cover grille perfectly. We have also rivet pliers, so that you can properly insert the rivets. They are included in the speaker system. We have an insulation material with 4 sheet metal insulation mats and an acoustic insulation mat. We have also the horns for the door panel on the right and left directly installed on the loudspeaker. With that, the sound comes out through the grille and doesn't get caught somewhere in the door panel. To change the tweeter, all we have to do is remove the grille at the top with our remover tool. We can enter here on the side and unlock the clips. There's one here and one over there. That was it. We can remove the grille, and there is the old tweeter. We can remove it with a Torx. And because not everybody has such a ratchet at home with such a Torx attachment, we will include a suitable angle Torx in the supplementary package. Now you can unscrew it as well. We can remove the tweeter with the plug here and take it out completely. This is our old tweeter, already quite dusty and small. And this is our new tweeter. Yes, that looks essentially more interesting and it's the same mounting plate. We are now installing it in exactly the same way as we just removed the old loudspeaker. Into the bracket and then down. We can accommodate the capacitor or the crossover inside the cable here at the side. Here it doesn't block anything and is just gone.
Und ist weg.
Put the grill back on, insert it correctly at the front and then slide it into the click bracket and you're done. It takes about 5 minutes. Now we are already at the door and can remove the door handle. Here you can enter down into this edge and remove it. Then you got the panel. There are 2 Phillips screws under the door handle. Loosen both and left them in the shaft for now. Now we still have 3 screws, one here, one here, one here and one here, and we do that with a 25mm Torx. When the screws are loosened, we can enter down the remover tool here on the side, edge it up a bit and then unlock the first clips. You hear it? And if you have the door panel that far away, you can slide your fingers in and build up a little pressure to release the next clips here. Exactly. There are 3 clips on each side. So, another one up here, yes. And now pull the door panel up. We still have the locker in the back, and we pull it a little here. Now we can unhook the whole thing and have it. Here we have a plug that has to be unplugged and unlocked. When removing the door panel, it can happen that a clip like this gets stuck on the door. Yes, we have to pull it out separately, and we have this great remover tool for that. We can slide in here and take the whole thing out with leverage. In older vehicles, it's possible that clips like this are actually broken. This one is broken and will not lock anymore. You can get those clips at VW anytime. That's no problem and cheap. Fix it back at the appropriate position. The original VW speakers are always riveted. That means we have to drill the rivets first and remove the head. We have to do that with all rivets. We can slide in here. Everything goes away because all the locks are now gone. And now we can unplug it and have the original loudspeaker. Just for a quick comparison. It's a bit ridiculous, such a loudspeaker here. Away with it. We are going to install the new one now, but first we have to remove the rivets from the holes. There are 2 ways to remove such a rivet, by either drilling it out completely or by using a plier and removing it away closely. Hold from the inside against it. Now we can push it in from the outside. Older cars could have a little problem with dirt. Before we stick our insulating mats, I recommend making the sheet metal grease-free and dirt-free, that our glue sticks really well. There are also doors with a cavity seal. You could find a lot of muck there. Away with it. That's nothing else like fat, mainly. The loudspeakers can also be installed without insulation and sounds better than the original ones. But if it should sound really good, such insulation is important for the good sound. It sounds better, because if the metal is heavier and doesn't clatter and swing, the bass then makes even more bass, and that's what we want. We'll first stick on material at the outer door sheet metal as best as we can.
Mit dem Material zu und kleben das einmal eine Fläche drauf.
In total, we need 2 aluminum butyl insulation mats per door.
Alu-Butyl-Dämmmatten. Und
you can use everything, even small pieces, if something remains. We used about a third of a mat for the outer door sheet metal. Now we can insulate this sheet where the loudspeaker is mounted.
Tatsächlich dieses Blech, wo der Lautsprecher montiert wird.
That's more important. We can mount the loudspeaker again and then finish the rest of the door insulation. Plug in the loudspeaker and position it that the holes match everywhere.
Die Löcher jetzt auch überall übereinstimmen.
Rivet in the rivet pliers, and let's start with one up here. And now we can squeeze it several times until it breaks off.
Bis sie abreißt. So.
The first rivet is in and the second follows immediately. We'll put 6 of them in.
So.
We use as much of the 2 insulating mats on the door sheet metal that half of our mat is left over. We stick on everything else as strips around the loudspeaker and on large areas. Make sure that the screw holes are not covered. And then just watch me. First, we install the horn. It should be orientated so that the rag points up, to the right and left towards the door. Then the horn locks into the socket optimally. Then it's fixed and now we can insulate around the back. By the way, on the rings you can find front left and front right. This symbol is stamped on it if someone wants to know which ring belongs on which side. The insulation has to be attached at the door in this way, and then the base also makes space. The door panel from the rear has a lot of straight surfaces that we have to dampen, and a bit of insulation material from VW has been applied here. We can put it away for now. First we install better material and secondly we reattach it at the end. But now we use our insulating mats. We have an insulating mat left over. Now we can cut these to size. On the large flat surfaces we're putting an insulating mat on everywhere. Please don't stick it on over the grid. There the sound has to come through. We mainly attach the insulating foam around the loudspeaker and cut it accordingly. Now you can put the old insulation foam from VW on it again and attach it down here. Reattach the release lever, the window lifter plug. If you insert the door panel, please make sure that the rubber lip of the horn adapts to this shape. Now we hang it in again. At first, hang in the opening stick down here. Now insert it from top to bottom. Make sure that the clips are all in the right position. One clip is already getting caught here. It has to be positioned that it fits into the designated hole. And then do the same again on the front. Now quickly put the screws back and then we can do the sound check. On the driver's side everything is exactly the same except for this connector for the window regulators. The whole module should be unlocked before so that you can reach the plugs and unplug them. The module is taken out that way, very easy, just like I put it in. Slide in right here at the top and press until the module down here has unlocked. There's just a little clasp down there. And then you can pull the module out at the front and put it back in the same way. If you want to do a proper sound check, please remember to set the bass and treble on this car stereo to 0 so that practically everything is neutral. With such a car stereo like our Pioneer SPH-130 DAB, we have an equalizer integrated and the frequency curve should look like this and not be misaligned. First, make the frequency curve flat, get a good impression of the speaker system sound with neutral settings. My promise came true. It sounds much better than before. You can listen to it for a moment. The bass is awesome. No comparison. The bass makes a lot of pressure and now I'll turn it up a
Ein
bit.
bisschen auf hier.
Madness. The high frequencies are much more brilliant now. Great sound comes from the speakers. You have it really nice in your passenger cell, so the sound is just right now. Not like before. For the fact that only speakers have been replaced and the door insulation has been made and nothing else happened, that's an awesome result. Check it out, really strong pressure. Incomprehensible, much better than before. And the power comes only from the car stereo. Guys, you'll be thrilled and I don't lie to you. It's really like that. Convince yourself. We would be happy if you can get excited about something like that and would try it yourself. Otherwise, you can wait until the next video with our usual message, let's pimp your car with amazing sound. Maybe in the car that you're driving, if you're not a T5 driver, because they have enough to do now. Until next time, you're Olli.